Hi again, it's Chris Block with the Catamaran Company here at the Miami Boat Show. On the new Lagoon 46, reviewing the differences between the 440, the 450, and this model. You'll notice here this looks very similar to the 450, a nice lounging area. Big storage compartment here. They did move, they grabbed it from the 440 and put a sink out here, along with a refrigerator, optional ice maker, the all-important drink holders. Trash storage out here, same as the 450. One of the big changes is this bench. It's well balanced. With one hand you can slide it forward, have access to the cockpit. And when it's time to sit down for dinner, locks in place back, the table opens up, you can have the whole crew outside. This aft bench here is also new. Again, a little bit borrowed from the 440, but not on the 450. One of the neat changes between the 46 and the 450 and the 440 is the engine access, engine room access. They've reversed the hinges. So now instead of having to walk around the sugar scoop and outside the lifeline while underway, you can actually gain access from inside the boat. Comfortably get in the engine and fix something or work on a repair, making it much safer, much more comfortable. If you have a problem, you can easily access the engine instead of having to get outside the lifelines. More space in the engine rooms to be able to do your maintenance, better flooring, normal oil changes and filter changes, impeller changes are a breeze with this much room. A neat subtle change, you'll find both fuel fillers next to each other. Again, on the 440 and the 450, they had them separated, so you had to drag your giant dirty fuel line across your beautiful boat. So good job, Lagoon, on putting them on the same side. The sugar scoops are a little wider, a little more gradual step, making it easy to get folks on and off the boat. Again, wide steps getting up to the forward deck. One thing they did remove or get rid of is the storage on the ceiling here, where on the 440 and the 450, you're able to store your table and your table legs and have quite a big dance floor. But the use of space in this, with this giant area here and a foldable table, really makes it nice. Something borrowed from the 440 that is not on the 450 is a hatch that allows you to hand something up to the Flybridge. Sliding window here opens up completely. The Flybridge is what made the 440 popular, the smallest boat you can get with a Flybridge. The 450 improved on it, and the 46 has done it yet again. The mast has been moved back, the seating area has been moved aft, and it's been increased tremendously. This, with these fancy cushions, fold down, push back so they can be completely flat for laying out, or the backrests come up and makes it very comfortable to be able to drive and kick back for a long cruise. A subtle change you'll notice on the Traveler. On a 440 and a 450, adjusting the Traveler wasn't always easy. Pull one line, release the other. So most people never used it. Well, now with this fancy parking electric winch, push of a button moves the Traveler car from one side to the other. So now you have no excuse, but you can properly trim your main under any conditions with the push of a button. As we turn around to the helm station, you'll notice a pretty major change. A pop-up chart plotter screen, very large B&G Zeus 3. All your controls are in front of you as opposed to being lower and having you to reach down to either look at them or use them. A very subtle change that I begged Lagoon to do on my own 450 is now we have lighting control at the Flybridge instead of having to send somebody down below as the sun goes down and you're still cruising. All electric winches on this model, great option. Instead of foot controlled, they're now hand controlled. All your line stoppers led to one place. You can virtually control everything right from this helm station. As you look forward of the helm, as I said, they moved the mast back, they shortened the boom to make it easier to control, but the real reason they did that was to give you what's known as a self-tacking jib. So on the 440 and the 450, you may recall it was somewhat difficult to do single-handed, to release one line and pull on the other. All you need to do is turn the boat 90 degrees as you're sailing upwind, and the sail tacks itself. Very easy. You can still adjust it as you're going off the wind from right here. On this particular boat, it comes with the optional hardtop. Very popular for some folks. It allows them to get easier access to the boom, close up the sail bag. To be honest, I've never, on my own boat, needed to go up to the boom. If you did, you'd have to climb the mast and walk through it. But the hardtop gives you that easy access to the boom if you like it, as well as you can have this fully enclosed for foul weather. As we come forward on the new Lagoon 46, pointing out the changes from the 450, most folks call this the forward cockpit or the swimming pool area. What Lagoon did was actually remove the forward bulkhead that would make it into more of a swimming pool to allow better drainage in rough seas. While they did that, they expanded this area, again, just like the Flybridge. It's a much more generous layout area, very popular for folks to be up here while under sail. Trampoline nets, a little bit smaller. Allowed us to give more room to the forward cabins. One of the great options on this boat is this giant pass-through, fully retractable window. While I wouldn't do it while under sail or under heavy seas, it is a great way at anchor or on a mooring to be able to pass food and drinks from the saloon out to the guests here without people having to run back and forth. Anchor windlass. Forward cabins in the four peaks. These are built out for storage. They could also be built out for single cabins and or a single head. The standard Code Zero bowsprit for the optional Code Zero sail, which would give you better performance on a reach or downwind. As we continue across the side decks, you'll notice they removed the stainless steel grab rails, making it much easier for a boat owner like me to not have to clean. But they integrated the handhelds into the cabin top, giving it a really nice clean look and very functional. It wraps all the way around the entire cabin top. As we come into the saloon, you'll see a few subtle changes. One of the great ones is another additional refrigerator, 2 freezers, drop-in drawers. A lot of folks were asking about this on a 450. They don't do the raised TV mount, they have a fixed mount TV now. Subtle changes here. This bench is now fixed on the 450. You'll remember it's 2 individual stools, but great storage there. As usual, the 440, the 450, and now the 46 has always done a great job of giving people plenty of storage to make it a great liveaboard, and at the same time small enough for just 2 people to be able to handle the boat. A few changes to the helm station. It's offset to an angle now, which allows you to get a better view of what's going on while still taking a look at the chart plotter. A little cleaner. This one comes equipped with an optional water maker. This version is a 3-cabin owner's version. So we're going to go down to the owner's side. Major changes here. Virtually a complete walk-around queen-size bed. Incredible amount of space. Additional windows. Very open, very bright. Recessed lighting in the ceiling. Sitting area for the owner. Possible area for a TV. Very open, just like on the 450. Completely close off the hull. Full access to electrical systems here. Nicely hidden away. And as we go forward towards the head, just storage, storage, storage. Drawers here. Corian countertops is something new. Again, the giant walk-in shower, separate bathroom, the head in its own room. If you remember the 450, the head is actually here next to the shower. Well, they separated again to get a little more privacy. Let's take a look at the other side with the 2 cabins.
I work for a French company. It's in Paris.
If we go down to the guest side, this is the side of the boat that'll have 2 cabins, 2 heads. So if you were to get the 4-cabin version, it's going to look exactly like this. In the 4-cabin, you have 2 beds, 2 heads on this side, each with their own ensuite head with separate shower. While the 3-cabin is nice for the extra size of the bathroom, I've found that the 4-cabin, you end up needing more beds than having the big bathroom. The fact that the showers on the 450 and the 46 are separate, it no longer is a question about having a wet head or not. 4-cabin will work just as nice as a 3-cabin because of the additional room you get from the separate shower. Not much changes in the floor. Access to pumps, maintenance, filters, plenty of storage as usual. This is the aft cabin. Again, better lighting than previous in the 450. More side room to have a complete walk-around pedestal bed. There's a few options on the wood coloring. This one chose to go with the dark wood. Air conditioning controls in each room. Thanks, folks. Again, it's Chris Block with the Catamaran Company. Just gave you a great tour of the 46 as compared to the 450. If you're in the Houston area, I do have a 450 available for sailing lessons and charter and demo sales. So give us a call at the Catamaran Company, Houston, Texas. Thanks.